Meeting starting now, 6:34.
6:34, we're going
Call to order.
Call to order.
Roll call of committee members. I think we're just missing Francisco and, well, Sarah, who I think is
Okay,
president
so-
for the first half of this meeting,
So
until she gets voted out.
HV, all right, and
We have a quorum.
we do have a quorum.
No, what? Not even they are.
You're a member of the public.
A town person.
We have public comment.
Member of the
We'll get to
community.
that. Member of the
Yes.
public.
Right, I'm just writing it
Yeah.
down for the
Do
minutes.
you want my name?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sure, sorry, Katie Cook.
Katie Cook.
It should be in your, it was in the email from Sarah.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
wait.
she's on the agenda, actually.
Oh, well, she
Okay.
is at the last minute, but when I
Fine.
reread Sarah's message, it wasn't clear if you'd be able to make it or not.
She's here. We're good.
Yay.
We're good.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, approval of June minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Everybody approving, say aye.
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 Aye. By now I know all the words, I'm sorry guys. All right, okay, so public comment is top of the list, because we don't like to make people wait. So I think, right,
So-
or you
Well, I don't know if we
something
should,
else.
this should be public comment or new
What?
business.
You think it's more new business?
I think it's more new business only
Okay.
because if you guys hadn't had a chance to read the agenda,
I have not.
and Katie can speak to it more, but she's been instrumental with a training class for e-bikes.
Okay.
And so I think that's probably more of a,
All right, maybe we can move it to the top, I just need to, I don't like to make people stay much longer than
Do
they-
whatever you guys want.
Okay, all right, well, we'll kick off, she'll be then the first on the new business section. All right, department town updates. Do we have Mary? We do not have Mary today.
does not look
Okay.
like we have Santina.
I don't think we have
or-
Santina or engineering. Nope. We actually haven't seen them as much, I feel like, for engineering, so.
Well, I know the
Bill used
last,
to come to every meeting without fail, and
Yeah.
lately that's been slipping.
I think it's because we have similar committees now, I'm guessing maybe he's feeling
but also he
torn.
was on vacation for 2 weeks. At least for the last one, but.
Yeah, we can figure that out. Maybe that could be a note.
But that actually could be one of the other agenda items.
Yeah, representation for all the different meetings. We should also maybe take a note, and maybe I can reach out to the department heads and just kind of review which meetings they're coming to and make sure that this is still the right one for them, and since we haven't seen them in a while, so we should probably
We
get
used to
aligned
have
on
a
that.
member of the police department at every meeting too,
Yeah.
and that hasn't really been,
No.
that's been out
No,
of
but
favor.
I
for-
think
Now
that
we
was
have
more
two
like
other
an
committees that they're
overtime issue, kinda.
Yeah, now they're going to the Safe Streets meeting that Lisa runs, as well as the FTA, FTA, yeah, Traffic Authority meeting.
Town committees does the town have?
And also like safe streets, aren't they unsafe?
That's what I said, that was the first one.
Oh,
There's
sorry.
not- Yes, there's three ones that have a little bit overlap. Actually, if you don't mind catching that action item for me to reach out and just figure out if they're coming to the other meetings or if they're, because we haven't seen them in a while, so it's probably good to just get alignment. In fact, you know what else we should do? I could take this on. We should kind of draw a little Venn diagram, I think, and maybe talk about who's coming, what the purpose of each one is and who belongs to which one, so there's no
That's a good idea.
questions.
Yeah.
Because
That's a great
there's,
idea, actually.
as they become more active, I think it's something we should all get aligned on.
As I was going through the new business, I was like, okay, so we need somebody here, we need somebody there, like,
We should do that. I can take that on. You can put that as an AI for me. Yeah, some sort of Venn diagram. Maybe it could be a discussion too, but at least something to react to and just, I'll take the first step. Okay, so that's it for department updates. Chairman's report. Well, the main part of the report is that we have no.
she did not quit.
No, we're it's a huge honor to have her be the
Oh, yeah.
streets coordinator. She's
Sorry to
going to
interrupt
be
this
leading the
very
way.
long. I just saw her. there.
Okay. Hi, Mary. We just went past the department updates. Is there anything that you want to add?
Gosh, I
say?
can't get my computer working. Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to
let you guys know we're working on doing the sustainable CT documentation.
Oh,
Do you guys know what that is?
We discussed it at the last meeting.
Yeah, and actually,
Yeah.
Mary,
So-
I'm sorry, I'm remiss when I was doing the minutes for last month. I am supposed to be looking at the 13 criteria that are
Yeah, there's 13 action areas, they call it. Yeah.
the action
and-
areas. And so I need a copy of those action areas so that I can review them.
If you go to sustainablect.org and at the top are actions, you can see. Really, I think the ones that would have applied to you would be in the transportation area.
Yep.
So,
All right, so I will do that this week.
okay. So I just want to let you know, I have 4 students helping me do the documentation.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a fellow at MetroCog that also is helping us. So
What's the timeline for that, Mary?
it's not, actually, we don't have to do it until next August, but
Wait, next August?
yeah, but being Fairfield, we want to stay at the top. We've always had the top certification.
Yeah.
It's a real bear to do it in one season. Really, we usually just we do it in the summer because that's when we get the kids to help us.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of documentation. It's a lot of
okay.
chasing people down because I have to go to all the departments and all the commissions and
Okay, so
document everything.
we have a year. That's what you're saying.
Yes. So the thing is that you've probably done a lot of stuff already that we can document. So that's what we're trying to do. And also to just get it in your mindset that when you have an event, if you can take pictures, because they love pictures, and that we can't recreate after the fact. So,
Well, we can, now we can, but yes, we shouldn't.
so that's really the only, the other big thing, I guess, from Sustainable Fairfield is we kicked off our fundraiser for installing 5 signs on Parks and Rec land. We're calling the thing Shining Light on Truth, which is documenting the lives of people of African descent in Fairfield from colonial days till 1950s. And then after we did that, we found out Meadowlark Lemon lived in Fairfield for many years. So we are starting a whole nother set of potential signs to highlight these people. So that's a fundraiser, and I can send you that link so that if you're interested in donating, we are getting $1,200 from DPW, who is also going to be installing the signs for us. And we're trying to raise 6,000, at least 6,000, so that the sustainable CT is the funder will match it. So we'll have a total of 12. We need a little more actually because of the processing fees and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, those are our 2 kind of big things that we're doing, and we're at the farmers market every Sunday. So if you ever have anything that you want to get the word out about, we have a table at the farmers market that we can put your information out if you have anything.
Yeah, I think we do. We're gonna wanna, I think the walks, Mary, and we have to talk about an upcoming, public event for Harbor to Hills, which would be good to promote at the table on Sundays. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention that Sarah had texted me about that you're interested in putting some of that Harbor to Hills information online. So I'm going to share that with her, and I think the goal will be to put that up on, the Bike and Ped website so that it's more accessible for people who want to share it.
Yeah, the reason it came up, I happened to be at a meeting with the Trust for Public Land, and they are working in Bridgeport on the Sliver by the River. Are you aware of that project? They're trying to ring the harbor of Bridgeport with open space and walking trails, biking trails.
Cool.
So if you look up Sliver on the River, there's a whole fancy thing about it. But the person who's responsible for that, she was with her 2 fellows, was super excited to hear about Harbor to Hills and potentially being able to help with funding or other.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What was it called? The Trust? What was
Trust
the
for
Trust?
Public Land, TPL.
Okay.
And they're the ones, I think I brought it up in the past, they're the ones that have that 10-minute walk to a park program that I keep wanting to get Fairfield signed up on. So they've they've got lots of money and lots of resources, so they're a great group to connect with.
Okay, great.
And they're really only in Bridgeport in Connecticut at this point, so they have some capacity, I think, to help.
All right, great, thank you.
So that's it.
Thank you, Mary.
Mary, this is like totally offline. I tagged Sustainable Fairfield in something today. I get Modern Milkman delivery for my milk and other products, but they now offer various recycling. It's $3 a bag, and you can get a bag for textiles,
Oh, wow.
hard plastics like takeout containers, the clamshell things, the caps for all like your sports drink bottles, and plastic film, and they will come pick it up. So we can talk offline about that because I get my delivery from them, and I was super excited to see that they do that.
That's very cool. What's the name again?
It's Modern Milkman,
Okay.
but we can talk offline. I just
Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. I will look it up.
Stop recycling my plastic film after I saw them put it with the main trash at the grocery store so many times.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of in a plastic bag, and it's $3 for the plastic bag, but I'm like,
Buy a plastic bag to recycle other plastic.
I know, but
Yeah, that's what we do.
the bag for my caps, from my glass milk bottles, is filled.
Wow.
You know, you do what you can, anyway.
All right. Thank you, Mary. So, on to Chairman's report. So, Mary, I don't know if you've heard, but Sarah Mason has taken on the role of Complete Streets Coordinator. And so because of the relatedness of that role, she's stepping down from being chair of the Bike and Pedestrian Committee. And so given that it looks like we have quorum, we need to elect a new chair, new president. Taking nominations.
Nominate. Anna.
All right, thank you. Is anyone else interested? I could.
Well, Adrian and I had,
Yeah.
actually, Sarah had approached me,
Yes.
and I said I would be willing to do it through the end of my term,
What is that?
November,
Okay.
right? Because unfortunately, I got laid off at the beginning of June, so
Okay.
I have time.
Okay.
You know, I can't commit to it past the end of my term, but then Adrian had also suggested maybe being co-chairs.
Okay. I mean,
So-
chair and vice chair are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to
I mean-
do three. Yeah, sorry.
So your
So
term
do you
ends
guys-
in November,
Yes.
and then how does that usually work, Mike? Like, so you
It's usually
usually,
been, one, we haven't had anybody resign so suddenly like this, so that's a bit of a shock. But it's usually been one person who obviously wants to step in and take over.
Sure.
It happens, sequentially, and somebody else is a vice chair, or sort of
Well,
a vice chair.
We have elections once a year as well.
I guess
So
so.
we
Yeah,
will, we
that's usually
usually,
like in November,
yeah,
right?
so regardless who it is,
okay.
we would
So
have
you-
elections again in
you and
November.
Adrian, would co-chair, is that what you guys talked about?
We just briefly discussed it in
Yeah.
email. I'm happy if it's Anya.
I
don't just
can
mean
do it, and then we
off
can
the
figure
top
it
of
out
my
in
head.
November if you guys, if you guys feel like it feels like a lot, I can do it, and then one of you could be the vice chair.
Yeah.
And
No,
if Amy's the vice chair, I could take on the secretary role.
I mean, I
Would you like
think
to do that?
I'm just wondering if we
Yes.
should go through the new business of who's going to be the representative at the different
That's
meetings.
gonna affect this?
Well, I just to see how much responsibility each person's going
Sure.
to have, right?
Sure.
So if somebody's going to be a representative at this meeting, are they going to be able to really be
Sure.
chair?
Sure. I'm happy to skip to that and we can come back to, so let's pause on this then for a minute. So one of the items that Sarah recommended we discuss is she was attending a lot of other meetings as the liaison for Bike and Ped Committee. So with her stepping down from this role, we should talk about having a liaison at these meetings, which are, I'm having trouble going through.
It's SSA,
Is there a list of them here? I like that.
FTA,
Does it say
I don't do
FTA?
well with our
There's a third
acronyms.
Yeah, me neither. I'm terrible.
The Safe Street, so the Safe Street Alliance, that's the one run by Lisa, our communications director, so it's like all the PR stuff. FTA is the Fairfield Traffic Authority. I don't know why I want to say town all the time. Anyway, Traffic Authority, so they are reviewing projects coming in and making decisions about their implementation as well as like taking requests for road improvements. So they have a lot of authority.
Okay.
They're not a committee, they're like something else. What was the third? I said an email, but now I'm blanking on what the third one. It wasn't copied.
But I think it's important to note that the
Let me see.
one is at 9:30 in the morning.
One is, so I, unfortunately, when it comes to, that's the Safe Street Alliance, that means 9:30 every other Wednesday. My kids' school have these special assemblies and parent meetings every Wednesday, so I used to go there, but it's always in conflict with my school commitments, so I cannot make it to that one. I can look at the other ones when they meet, but that one I just can't do.
I'd be happy to do the FTA.
When is the FTA meeting, do we know?
It's once a month, I think, at 4 p.m.,
In the afternoon, yeah.
unless there's a special meeting like there was last week.
Okay, so monthly FTA, you could note yourself down. There, I got the full list now. So that, so there's Safe Streets for All bi-weekly Wednesdays at 9:30. Is anyone able to make it every other week at 9:30?
I kind of make my own schedule, so I can.
You're already, I have a note here that you're also liaisoning the Safe Streets for All Advisory Committee meeting, which is separate. Do you know about that? So I want to make sure that,
How often is that?
I don't know. I'm guessing you can't be that often because that project is moving pretty slowly.
Yeah, I said that I would attend like 2 of those, and I don't know that there were many more planned beyond that. I don't think that's a big deal.
Okay. So do you want to do both of those then, the every other Wednesday plus the advisory committee for Safe Streets? Unless there's anybody else who wanted to step into one of these? Otherwise Sandy's volunteering.
Sandy, you would be doing Safe Streets Alliance, and then what is the other? It's like a steering committee? What is the
It's
other?
the Safe Streets for All, so that's the grant that we received, it was over a year ago. Right, so there's, I guess, an advisory committee from the town about how it's being implemented.
Okay.
And that also can't go that long, because that grant is supposed to be spent within a year.
Right.
So, and it's already probably halfway through, so I think there's only a few months left to it anyway.
Yeah, and I missed the first one because they didn't send around a link for the Zoom, but I will be.
Yeah, for the bi-weekly meeting, the Safe Streets for All, most people do make it in person.
Oh, really? Okay.
So,
I mean, I'm 2 minutes from here, so.
Yeah, I recommend going in person. It's actually, it's really got a lot of like people from across town attend that meeting, so it tends to be pretty dynamic and interesting.
Okay.
If I didn't have my conflict, I actually really enjoy those meetings. They get a lot done. Lisa does a good job running them.
Sandy,
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Adrian.
Sandy, I can be your backup if you have dates that become an issue for you.
Okay.
Those dates wrong.
Yeah, I do think our perspective is really valuable there. I've noticed when I used to go there, I think my perspective was generally unique to the other ones there. It's like as somebody who, putting on the lens of somebody who is biking on the streets a lot was an angle that I didn't see brought up much by other people because there was a lot of like police and fire, whose opinions, don't get me wrong, extremely valuable, but very different from my own. Sure. So I do encourage you if you go there, like really speak up. I think you'll have a perspective different from the people who are
Sure.
there.
Yep.
Okay, that's settled. Wait, did you get any? You're doing the FTA?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
There were a couple of other items on there, though.
Yes, I just went to the meeting. You want to go through all of new business? So let me go back to that email then. Sorry, I'd gone to a different email to see all the committees.
I think one of them was
So back to the meeting. So we have to.
we never approved the annual report. Sarah said she didn't think we ever formally voted on the 2025 bike ped annual.
Did we ever?
did. No?
I don't
remember
know.
reviewing it. She had written it up.
Yeah, but
She
I remember
made notes.
We made
commenting-
comments,
I made
but-
notes on it. I don't know if they were ever integrated, and
Okay.
yeah,
I think we need
I
to pass
don't.
that around. I don't think we can vote on here if we haven't like recently read it.
Okay, so
So I think maybe the action item is to get our hands on that report. It's probably an email, just send it to the group and then we'll vote at the next meeting. Oh, so it looks like for the town meetings, this conflicts something I said earlier, but there's another note here that says the Safe Streets for All Advisory Committee. Sarah's also gonna continue to be there, so maybe you will both be there.
That's good, because she won't technically be on the committee
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, she'll be like responsible for some of the implementation as a Safe Streets coordinator, so she'll.
Yeah, sure, but someone's gonna need to liaise with us to, fill us in.
I think the last one, I know I have passwords, but she's gotta pass the passwords off. And
Get
if, this is so embarrassing, if anybody knows how to unlink the Bike Ped Instagram account from my Facebook account.
Okay.
Because, I don't care because anything I post on the Bike Ped Instagram account, it posts to my Facebook story, but I can't get it to post to the Bike Ped Facebook story.
I had to try to figure it out, but I don't use Instagram, so I probably wouldn't.
This is one of those things your kids can help you with.
Find somebody under the age of 21.
I can help you. I manage this for my business. You might just have to select a different account.
Okay, thank you, because my kids do not use Facebook or really Instagram.
Too young.
They're Discord users.
Got it.
So, yeah,
There we
like I
go.
said, I don't really care, whatever I post on Bike Ped, I'm happy to post on my own account, right?
Yeah.
But if we're trying to build a presence on Facebook, it's gotta be on the Bike Ped.
And is there any linking or unlinking or relinking that needs to happen? Like, I don't know, if people were to post on, are there any website changes or are there emails that would go directly to?
We can talk to Sarah about that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they are. I know I think she had an action item of passing on handoff passwords. I think we'll do that offline.
Yeah, and then just as a reminder, because I just violated it when I sent that update.
Oh, you just that, we can't conduct business
Yeah. It's all,
over email, right?
PCC is fine, but
Yeah. Sure. Although we didn't discuss anything of note, so.
well, because I realized I made a little boo-boo. And Sarah said, do not reply to this email.
Okay, I don't think all of these are really things we can discuss right now. So Frank Batiste to present a complete streets update.
No, those are just, I just wanted them on
notes
the
for later,
agenda.
so we don't forget them.
At some point, right, so the CARP, the consultant, should have the Safe Streets Safety Action Plan ready by September. They will be doing a presentation to us. Frank Batiste, Director of Public Works, is going to give us kind of a complete street update, I think, after a lot of the feedback is collected.
Yeah. I haven't met him.
He's really nice.
I heard good things, yeah.
He's really nice, he's really sharp.
Yeah, good things.
Which actually, on that note, July 14th, hopefully
I should
everyone.
write that down, yeah. Can you say the details out loud for everybody again?
Yeah, July 14th, I think it's at 6:30.
Okay.
There is a public information session or public feedback session on the speed cameras, yes, but also the quick builds, but I somehow have a feeling it's gonna be mostly speed cameras. But it's going
Do
to
you
be
know what the
on,
format is?
I do not. I know it's gonna be at Ward so that they can have, accommodate a large
Yeah.
number of people. I don't know, I'm gonna assume that there's an online option, but I don't know if public comment will be available.
Yeah. I just don't know if it's like a drop-in and put a sticky note versus
Oh,
like
no,
sit
it's
and
definitely
listen.
not a drop-in like they did at Penfield.
Yeah.
Because they're, CARP, not CARP, I don't know the name of the vendor that does the speed cameras, but they're going to do a presentation on all of the data, like warning period data versus now we're not in the warning period. Here's, what's been going on and statistics like that.
And what's the date of that?
July 14th at Ward.
Bring your own pitchfork and torch.
Yeah, seriously.
People have very strong feelings about this.
Oh, yes, they do.
Okay. I think we should go back and do the voting, and then Katie could talk about the PIBA and stuff. Okay, so should we vote for chair, and then if we need it, we also need to.
Well, you're vice chair right now,
I'm
right?
vice chair currently.
We have
So
one
We have a
nomination on the
nomination
table.
for you to be chair.
Okay. And then maybe we can nominate Adrian to be vice chair, because you're doing the FTA liaison.
Yes, I nominate Adrian for vice chair.
You okay with that, Adrian? Can't hear you.
Sorry. Yes, I'm very good with that.
You will accept your party's nomination?
Does anybody else want to nominate? Hannah wanted a role as well. Do you want to continue? I guess we're not doing all those. Okay, so you'll say secretary, and then we'll redo those in a minute. Okay.
I just like taking notes, so if Amy ever needs backup, I'm in.
That's duly noted. That's one weakness we've had in the past. You've been great. But
I wonder if we should consider an AI note taker.
That's what I was thinking, actually. In addition to what, like, Amy's great, but that.
Yeah, well, just to add more detail.
I mean, honestly, like what I did for today's minutes is I went back and I listened to the YouTube recording.
Oh, yeah.
So I had my notes, and then as I was doing it,
Yeah.
The AI is so easy. It's so easy. It'll
I think
make
it's
your
just-
life so much more efficient.
I think it's just a matter, I didn't know if there's any like
If you're allowed to.
limitations on the town and that kind of stuff.
yeah, that, I don't know.
We can look into that.
Volunteer
Whoever's
committee, I think we've got
All right,
a
well,
lot.
let's-
I think it's worth considering.
Let's vote through the roles.
Okay. Does it seem fair today? Are you interested in doing the chair thing? I feel like today.
I'm fine staying as secretary.
Okay. I don't know if I jumped.
But we
blurted
didn't
out.
vote, so,
Okay, I wanted to make sure you didn't also want a
Yeah.
nomination.
yeah, no, all right, so we have a nomination for Anya as chair. All in favor?
Aye.
I
All
Aye.
opposed? Abstentions? Great. Nomination for Adrian as vice chair. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Abstentions? Great.
Thank you both for your service.
Thank you. Yeah, indeed.
If you don't mind including in your notes, I'll look into whether we can use an AI note taker. I'll just check with the town if there's, even maybe if there's a service, the town's not paying for any service, what am I talking about? I'd like to look into whether
Yeah,
the town's
there are
paying for
tons
anything.
of free
I know
ones.
there's options, yeah. I use Fathom myself, although I haven't tried like recording a live meeting with it. I've done like Zoom meetings. But we can figure that out. Try it in the next meeting.
Oh, and we have Joe.
I could try it the next meeting too. Like if we are okay with it, or if you need to check with anyone the next meeting,
Yeah.
I'm happy to, in addition
I
to what
mean-
you're doing, give it a beta test.
Probably the person we should ask, I'm guessing town clerk. I feel like those kind of logistics, that would be the person that I would ask.
Betsy Brown.
Yeah, just make sure that it's okay, and if there's any tool that the town already.
Do you want me to ask?
Sure, yeah, you can, you know how to find her contact info. Yeah, I would just ask her, and then whatever, go based off whatever she says.
Just from prior experience, I think for like some municipalities, you just have to alert people that that meetings will be recorded.
But they're already recorded.
Like when you're asking, that may just be sufficient to get around it. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
This is a total aside, but I'm joining you guys from Ireland. Where
Oh,
it's just past midnight, so I may bow out at a certain point and look
Okay.
forward to seeing you next month and being in touch.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you for calling in from Ireland, Adrian.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up so late.
Yeah, we need you for the.
Oh, my pleasure. Glad to see you. I look forward to seeing you guys in person next month.
We're in Ireland.
Yeah, if I disappear, you'll know why.
Yeah, where are you in Ireland?
In Dublin. Dublin.
For fun?
Yeah. Summer vacation.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, so our last item for today, Katie's going to talk about e-bike education, what you're thinking. And
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to share the path I've taken that landed me here, if that would be helpful to you. I was just chatting before you arrived with some of the guys here about why I'm here. It started because my son, who is entering middle school, wants an e-bike. And I'm like, no, you're too young and you don't know how to use one. So I started investigating ways to learn how to use one safely. I first started looking for resources in Fairfield, and I reached out to the police department to see if anything was in the works for classes. They said, yeah, they'd come into the school to talk to the kids, but nothing really to teach the kids how to use these bikes and scooters. So then I just started Googling, and that led me to the New Haven Coalition for Active Transportation. And I talked to a guy there named Jay Stange. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, who was super helpful. He told me all about how they set up their e-bike program, their learning program. And he also put me in touch with Angus Lamont, who is their head of education for NCAT. And so they had applied for a $5,000 grant, so that helped them get started to pay for the teachers. And it's a service that they provide in the city to the people that use the e-bikes that the city provides, like the city bikes in New York. I think they have a program similar in New Haven. And so he was super helpful and super happy to help in learning how to do things. He also gave me the details of the grant that they applied for. And then he said, you should talk to Sarah Mason. And that got me in touch with Sarah Mason. And separately, I talked to Lieutenant Stahl. And he also said, talk to Sarah Mason. And so hence I talked to Sarah Mason, who said, you should come to this meeting. And I am very interested in helping bring something like this to the town. I don't know if there's a way where we can bring it where it's free of charge so more kids can attend. I would also imagine this is something that you can bring in as something parents pay for. I would imagine parents, would pay something. So I'd love to see it brought to the town, and I want to make sure I'm going through all the appropriate channels, because I think if a class is coming to the town, we'd want to get the schools involved to see what do they need out of a safety program, and then the police department involved for what do they need out of a safety program.
did you happen to go to the educational meeting?
I did. I heard about it after the fact, so I just
geared more
did.
towards parents.
Yes. And so Lieutenant Stahl had told me that they had gone to the schools and done this meeting, and it seemed to be more about, some of the dangers and not so much learning how to use an e-bike safely on the streets. And from the school perspective, I have a daughter that's been through Roger Ludlow Middle School and a son that's about to enter 6th grade. And I've just heard from families there where there's issues at the school where the kids are trying to figure out where do they park their e-bikes safely, and how do they get in and out of the school safely. So I'd love to see a program that literally takes them on a ride around town to learn and go to their school. This is how you do it safely. This is what the school wants you to do. Maybe there's some kind of certification that a kid gets and that allows them to bring their e-bike to school, because they're doing it either way. But
That was actually something that came up a couple of meetings ago, was that, if you want to bring your e-bike to school, you have to go through some type of certification
Yes.
We
program.
talked about having the class, I think, at the school specifically.
Yes, which I think is probably going to be more difficult to get into the school day curriculum. But I don't know how far along people are. But exactly, I'm this could be an after school thing. This could be a 3-hour thing on a Saturday. This could be something where there's also another guy. It's called Spark E-Bike Academy in Branford that I spoke with, that runs these programs for Boy Scouts and other groups of people. So he takes them on kind of trails and things like that to teach them how to use e-bikes, but also teaches them the mechanics of it. This is how you change your brakes. So I don't know that it would go that far in a program that is offered, but again, there's a couple different ways that you could go about it, but I would love to see something brought to the town, and I'm more than happy to help liaise with all the different organizations that I'm sure need to be involved with something like this.
I think another good suggestion, 'cause obviously Sarah is totally in tune and a great resource, but one of the things that the RTM has done is they've created different subcommittees. And Scott's not here tonight. Scott Nickel is RTM 7, I think, representative, and he was here at the last meeting. And so they have a bike ped subcommittee.
Starting with an RTM, yeah, but we don't, I don't think you need to go with that.
No, but I mean, to help get community support, if we want to get into the schools, or if we want to make it so that, you know, you have to take this class to be able to ride your scooter to school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the library, the public support is a good idea. Like, in terms of, you know, sponsoring something like that, again, at the library, like we did for Harbor to Hills, that would get a lot of attention if we, you know, if we put something together that said, hey, we want to create a curriculum for e-bike safety and potentially certification. We're going to have we're going to have a public gathering at the library to discuss. And obviously at that point, there would need to be some framework for what it is that we're looking to accomplish, and how it would work. And it sounds like you've already have some resources there. And then, you know, like that, then you gauge like how many people show up. I'm guessing you could easily get 50 to 70 or more. Like,
The library, you think?
oh gosh, like this is such a hot topic of both for people who are annoyed as drivers or other people who like feel threatened by kids riding around recklessly on e-bikes, or
Oh my
This is
God,
for the kids.
there was a guy in a moped, like an actual like 49cc moped driving on the sidewalk as I
That's
was
illegal.
driving
yeah,
here.
so like,
You know,
and then the other side of that are parents who have kids, like, you know, who want them to ride responsibly and understand, like you and like me. You know, my oldest son grew up riding bicycles and then got an e-bike, and I had no problem with him. Like, he knew how to ride and like sort of like the rules of the road. So like that transition was easy. But my other son does not ride, and like I don't want him to ride, like, because like I feel like he needs to start on an actual bicycle to like get a feel for like how things work. So I love the idea, and I think like having a public, you know, that would be a great start, along with yeah, I mean, maybe not a great start, but that would be a great step along the way. And obviously, you know, bringing this up with the other groups, you know, whether it's Safe Streets Alliance or whatever, and, you know, involving the police and fire department as we put this, like, put an event together would be really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I think one of the things that, at least I think that we've struggled with, you know, we post these things on the Instagram and the Facebook and whatever. We had the event at the library, and it's attended by adults. Like, we're not reaching really like the target audience. Like,
Did Jay say what format he had success in presenting this material? Like, he go in the schools, after schools? How did he
I
get this?
didn't, so Jay, it's more of a citywide e-bike program. He's not just school specific. So in that, you know, I'm living it currently at the middle school level.
Sure.
And I see it I've seen it every day for years at the middle school level. So, you know, I don't know if this is also a high school issue, but it's definitely a middle school issue. I don't see it as an elementary school issue. We just left 5th grade, you know, and in the groups that I speak with about it, I mean, go onto the Moms of Fairfield page for 1 minute and you see a mom complaining about a kid. And I feel terrible for these kids who are just kids trying to be kids. And their parents have given them these things. So like how can we help give them the resources to be more successful using them and not have people so upset with them?
I'm not 100% in agreement with everything you're saying. I'm just curious where New Haven was able to reach the kids in what format.
Yes, so there's like a sign up on their New Haven Coalition of Active Transportation website to sign up to take one of these courses, so.
Are they full?
I didn't get that far with him. I was just more looking for my own son, at the time when I first spoke with him. But I can definitely do some more digging if people are interested in that. And again, it's something we can do with the town, with all these other people involved. And I'm happy to help drive this in any way I can. So I don't want to step on any toes if things are already in the works or do anything that is going to bother or upset somebody.
No.
Yeah.
I think you're not stepping on anyone's toes. We're just
No.
I think we're just trying to brainstorm like where can we present this and how can we get the word out to get maximum
I'm wondering-
attendance and impact.
And I'm just kind of thinking out loud, like, if before school starts, if we could do some type of e-bike safety event, right? Because forget the fact that half of them don't wear helmets. I don't think a lot of them realize that like a bike helmet isn't sufficient. It has to be a special helmet. So not only does it have to be fitted properly, but it needs to be a special, it needs to be rated for what you're riding. So, it's June, school starts in August. I don't know if we would have time to put something together, but if, maybe we could try to do some type of educational thing like at the Y or.
So many places. I kind of feel like we can make a short list of places where we think, whether it's the schools or the Y or the Fairfield Public Library, and maybe think about, who do we need to contact to make it happen? How much is it going to cost? How do we get the word out? I mean, maybe we can talk one-on-one if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I'm happy to, again, like I've gotten some information on how to request a grant, and I'm happy to like draft something up to apply for that. But I really would love to get input from the middle school principals and the lieutenant about what are their hot button issues with the e-bikes at, from a town police level and a middle school level. And incorporate that. And then if we
get their attention,
then got in touch with this educational director that could help devise the curriculum and out, so it's, somebody who knows what they're doing, outlining the curriculum, and then maybe coming into the town to teach it once a month, something like that,
I think also just like what Anya was referencing is just kind of reaching back out to the people that you've talked to understand what's working, what's not, and like what the attraction model is like for these classes. Like, how are people coming to attend them? What is attendance like? And what is the curriculum? We don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
If someone already has something that's working, and if they have something and it's either working or not working, like just understanding what's going well and what could be improved, and asking them like, how might you apply this to our community? If you were in our position, because I think that would be really, really helpful. Because in the end, like having two middle schoolers, like neither one of them would on their own like really be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to like, who's teaching it? Oh, the police. No, it's like who's. So it's just exactly. It's like
if it's more of a thing you need to do if you want to ride this
that's
around
the thing.
town.
That's why like
It's to school.
I feel like the parents are going to be they're likely going to care one way or another. So they're going to be the target here.
Pay them to attend. Get a sponsor, get a gift card to.
I was going to say like maybe get a sponsor. Someone had posted on Moms of Fairfield that they wanted to get their child an e-bike. Of course there were a gazillion comments. But the one thing I recommended to them was try out what you think you're going to get your kid.
Have them ride it.
Because once you've ridden it, like only you know what your child is capable
of handling.
And I think a lot of people are buying these bikes without really realizing
How powerful.
exactly what they can do. So maybe if we had a sponsor where
You could buy them. Yeah, well,
But
that
they,
too.
they could try them out,
Yeah.
right? Like the parents could actually try them out because really, like I don't think half these people know.
Where does the sponsor play into this?
Well, like a Trek or
Okay.
whoever sells.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
I don't know who sells e-bikes.
Smart Cycles in Norwalk, there's a guy in Branford, I mean, there's a couple places within.
I'll say one other thing that I heard you bring up, which I think is important. You mentioned in the curriculum that you were seeing that there was stuff about maintenance. And
Yeah, a way somebody else has implemented this, yes.
yeah, and I would not cut that out of the curriculum at all because the thing that I learned with my oldest son who had an e-bike is like the brakes are gone in like 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And then the kids don't care and they're never going to tell you like that the brakes don't work. Like they just ride it without brakes until like I grab it and I'm like, what the? I had to safety check that thing like every, once every 2 weeks at least because
I
like
think that was
the
the
problems
other thing that came up
compound
in-
and they happen faster and then if it leads to real trouble, like it leads to real trouble.
And
So
they-
it is not something to skimp on.
That actually came up at the panel in December, not the brake issue,
Yeah.
but the battery issue.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Like depending on what you buy, like
Sure.
some
Yes, and
batteries are
even,
more
like,
likely to
Just, I don't know, like those kids that
spontaneously
hit the curb
combust.
and wiped out, right? That could have
Damaged
damaged
battery.
the battery, and you might not have any idea, and then next thing you know, you've got.
Yeah, so the maintenance
Yeah.
piece is important as well.
That could almost be like a part two, so like part one and then like just a whole separate class on maintenance even. That is not like maybe as required, but like the safety riding around as the requirement and then the add-on for
This
maintenance.
is safety.
potentially.
I would not separate the two.
Really?
It
Okay.
is safety. Otherwise, like parents need to know. Like if you had a bike and you ride a bike, and you could not touch it for, 10 years and it'll be fine. Like maybe you got to replace the tires or whatever. It's not the same. Like if your kid's riding an e-bike, it's bound to have like need maintenance sooner. And it's an important part of the safety is like checking in on it, making
Yeah.
sure that the brakes function, the lights function.
That makes perfect sense.
Because otherwise, like if you can't stop and you're going 22, 28 miles an hour, you're in trouble.
Mike is about to leave. Sorry, can I just mention one thing before Mike leaves? Just make sure. You reminded me by talking about Jay in New Haven. Are you guys all aware about the New Haven walking tour on this Saturday? So if you're interested, there's a New Haven walking tour on Saturday. Sarah Roy puts one or two of these together a year in different surrounding towns. This is, I think, 10 a.m. New Haven. I can email you guys the details. I bet Jay's going to be there. He usually is at these things.
And I'm saying, the name Sarah Roy, he put me in touch with her too. I'm like, I know this name.
But
Why-
okay. Yeah, she's
Former
behind
chair
all
of
the
this
scenes.
committee.
Got it,
Yeah,
okay.
she's-
Poor Sarah.
Yeah, even before she was chair, she was she was a powerhouse in this world. Anyway, if you're interested, I can email you guys details. But it's a great way to see what infrastructure is working in Haven and to kind of get to know some of the other advocates in the space. Okay, oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask.
Bye, Mike.
Take care.
Hi, Mike. Do any of the
Hey,
places?
can I,
All right, bye, Adrian.
no, I just want to, before I sign off, I just want to, it sounds like you guys all covered a lot of territory, the e-bikes, but it sounds to me like there's a lot that the kids need to learn.
Yeah.
And you guys touched on, but it also sounds like there's a lot that the parents need
For sure.
to know. And so, and understanding what each of both the kids have to accomplish and what the parents have to accomplish needs to each be a part, and the different settings. So the school campuses, but also, once they're off school property, what their obligations are and understanding,
Yeah. And
like,
if,
and time of day, because like, what if there's a kid riding at night? Like once it's dark out, days get shorter. This time of year, it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, I'm also happy to work with you on some of this, like,
You did something similar.
yeah, I did stuff recently for the committee on kind of like the difference of like between what an e-bike is versus like an e-motorcycle. And parents don't know the difference, and you bring up a great point, Adrian, so it's like the parent education and, you know, that idea of a sponsor or, you know, and I'm not recommending this per se, but as a notion, like with the what was it, what are those called? Electric car, they had the, what was that event with the EV? You know,
Check out the EVs.
yeah, where you can check out the
Yeah, it
EVs.
was part of
like,
the around Earth Day.
Yeah, around Earth Day, right. So like if there was
Fair.
something around that was geared towards the adults in these kids' lives that also included an array of electric bikes and motorcycles so that parents could see, like, to whoever said it, maybe it was you, Amy, that like the kid needs to, or a parent needs to ride one of these things to know, like, is this something my kid can handle? And knowing the difference between like an e-bike and an e-motorcycle.
And I have to say, like, I read all of the posts and the little charts, and like, I still can't like have a difficult time differentiating like what's a class 1 versus a class 3 pedal assist versus like.
So anyway, I think it would be great to start from, I love that idea, Adrian, of like, you know, the different audiences and what the takeaways could and should be for each of them.
Yeah.
Like the parents, and then another audience would be like concerned citizens, and, you know, and then the kids. And it's like, what does everyone, you know, like what do each of those need to learn? And just like bulleting that out, like from the gut check of like, as a community, what do we believe that each of these need? And then running it through the people who are running these programs, like, do those programs address the things that, you know, we think we care about, and like, what are we missing?
I think Mary had her hand up earlier.
I was just going to
Can I
say,
just add on?
go ahead.
Mary, go
Andrew.
ahead then. Yeah, Mary, go and then I will.
No, I'm not in Dublin. Go ahead. You want to go to bed?
I was just going to say, I mean, this is kind of silly sounding, but I remember when my son was in 3rd grade, he had to have gotten so far, and he didn't grow up in Fairfield. He had to get a license before he was allowed to write in script in school.
What?
Is like, yeah. I mean, it was a graduation. It was like the teacher was just making it fun. But I mean, a license it was for like, you know, it's a model on a driver's license. And literally, these kids are driving vehicles that really put them potentially where others are in danger. And so having some sort of modified license that where parents and children have to sign, you know, the
Almost thinking babysitter's
Just-
license,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
yeah, exactly, right. Just that, like, you can make it fun, you can make it a rite of passage that it, you know, before
We
you
do.
ride on something that's going super fast
Things on the
and
agenda.
requires care.
What else? I thought we covered everything.
No, we didn't.
No, the walks.
The walks and Harbor to Hills.
I'm so sorry, I totally skipped over that.
Don't worry about it. But it's good because Joseph's here, so like we don't want to. We just want to make sure we leave time for that. That's all.
Sorry.
Yeah, anyway, I just want to put in the idea. I also know that I think New Jersey has gotten pretty far in thinking through a lot of these things. Asbury Park in particular, I think, has done a lot on this front. So
Who did? I didn't hear.
anyone who's doing research, it's just another resource.
Great to know. Thank you.
Alex, just a quick question. Like,
Yeah.
the places that sell e-bikes, do any of them offer like checkups? Right, like can
A lot of
you bring
people
your
don't
bike
wanna
in and
touch
say,
them.
like, can you, right, like I bring my car to the mechanic and he measures my brake pads.
I don't. So here's the thing. Like my observation, and like my son has what's called a Super 73. It's a type of e-bike. And like nobody
class is
drives
it?
around. It's a class, whatever, 3. It's a class 3.
It's fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that fast, but it's like, yeah, it's fast. It goes fast. And that's what people buy. They buy them mostly online. Like, you're not going to see people buy, like, kids riding around on Trek e-bikes. And
Only me.
and then, then it's like when Trek will service it, because we've used Trek to service it, it's not their favorite thing to do, believe me.
Yeah.
So like, that's the other thing. It's like maintenance is, there are places that just don't want to deal with it unless it's their, brand as well.
There'll be
So,
some teenagers that start that business in Fairfield.
Yeah.
That would
yeah,
be-
right. Yeah, that's
I
true.
also wonder if that opens them up to liability.
Probably.
Well, I think that's a
Probably.
big part of it too. So anyway, that's been my experience.
Okay, so I'd like to wrap this topic up. I
Yes,
know
tell
we
me
talked
next
pretty
step.
broad. Yes, I know.
So should I, again, like
Do
I'm happy to do anything.
you want the three of us to maybe have a small?
Yeah, that would be
Why
good.
don't the three of us reach out, how do,
I can, would it be helpful if I put a little business plan together for the, I mean, I don't know, if like you have an
Sure, go for it.
official template, I mean,
No, we don't have it.
but if I
We don't have it.
draft something to
Sure.
respond
That's a
to,
great idea.
That'd be
Okay.
great.
and then that's at least something a little more official that can be passed around if
Yeah.
other people need to
I think
see
I
it.
would really think about like, how do we think this could be effective rather than like, I don't
Yes.
want you to be afraid of, like I mentioned earlier, stepping in people's toes. I think
Yeah.
people are generally very open to this becoming a real thing, so I don't think you have to be afraid of that. And as far as we know, no one else is doing anything similar.
Okay,
So I think
Great.
we are here to support you and we can get other people looped in who we know would have a say in it and we should try to get it
Great.
done.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
leave
that's a
my
good
email
perspective.
address, and then if you want to start an email, just so I have contact details.
That sounds great.
Excellent, thank you for listening
Perfect,
and
yeah.
having me.
Thank you for coming and bringing this.
I'm going to sign off now. It's
Okay.
good to see you all. And I just want to say thank you for coming to the meeting and proposing this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
all you've done.
Bye, Adrienne.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Okay, so then really the last, we have the Alex.
Yeah. Oh, Mary.
Mary, did you want to add something still?
No, just that we have, Sustainable Fairfield used to run Green Wheels Expo. And when,
That's the term.
Okay, Green Wheels. Thank you.
whenever the bike store that was in the Brick Walk was there, they would bring a van full of bikes and we had, them trying it out. And it just got to be too much to do both that and Earth Day. So we just kind of folded them together. So if you want, we can fold in, we could work with Trek to see if we can get e-bikes at Earth Day, if that's something you want to consider for next year.
I think so. He's been
Good.
great.
To Alex's point though, that's, Trek doesn't sell the level of bikes that I think people are the most concerned.
Yeah, I think we want to like bring out the most common models that kids are going to be found riding on, so that people can see them
I think
and
people just need to
experience them.
volunteer their bikes just like people.
I had asked Jason from Trek to join Sustainable Fairfield, to join Earth Day and also our Healthy Kids Day. And he said if the weather was good, he might, but it's not really like a selling event for him, or he didn't see it as, he was polite about it, but he didn't say it was like an opportunity for him to make sales. So he wasn't super willing to do it. And I think the last time he came, it was bad weather. So those two things combined, like we can definitely ask him again, but he wasn't that open to it when we recently.
Yeah, Trek is not going to be like, that's for mom and dad. Like, it's not what the kids are going to ride.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
I'm just gonna
So
leave
then-
you with my contact details.
oh yeah, please.
Unless you want me to
I'll
stay
email
for
you.
the remainder of the meeting.
no.
You don't need to.
I don't know if that's okay.
Yes, I'll be in touch, Katie.
Thanks
coming.
again, thanks.
Okay, so Alex, this is our last update for today,
Sure.
yes?
Yes,
So
two.
open space walks in Harbor to Hills.
Yeah, so we did a calendar a long time ago, and I don't know, I wasn't able to make the last meeting, and has Francisco attended recently? Does anyone know what's going
I
on?
was like calling in yesterday, which makes it hard for me to remember who was there, not yesterday, last meeting. I don't.
Anyway, I'll reach out to Francisco. I worked with Hannah and I, and Mike met at the library. We came up with a plan for the walks, but never distributed, and that's on me. Never distributed beyond that so that it would get promoted or whatever. But we still have
Bring them upstairs.
we still have some time before, it would be the end of the last Saturday of July. So we could promote it at on social media, the July walk, and we could also bring it to Mary at the farmers market for the next 2 weeks or whatever. But I think we just need to get it out there, and
It's so hard to get it out there.
I don't know, Hannah. So Francisco was important in this. Hannah, what are your suggestions, if any, at this point?
We have a calendar ready. Mike has a few edits he wants to make, and they were just we can. I think we need to just get it out there, like you said. We can even do it if you and Mike can connect tomorrow. I can pretty much anytime tomorrow. Or we can just do it over email, but we just needed to make edits to the difficulty of the walks and a little more detail on where to meet for the location of the walks. And maybe, Alex, we just do that for the next 2 upcoming walks, and we can say more to come. So
Yeah,
we don't have
okay.
the pressure of getting everything done and dusted. So maybe between you, Mike, and I, we can get it and send it to Amy to post on social media. We missed the June 18th deadline of Sarah's, the last town letter, I believe. But anyway, let's connect me, you, Mike, offline. I think we can bang it out in 10 minutes, honestly, just to get the next 2.
Wait, we have, sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was just trying to think how to get the word out. And I was thinking, I wonder if we could print out a flyer and put it at the entrance to the existing walks. I'm wondering, Lake Mohegan has a bulletin board.
Yeah,
We might be
that's a good
interested in
idea.
having it.
So
There's so much going on social media. I'm how do we get this in the real world and place?
That's a great idea. So step one is we gotta tighten up, integrate Mike's suggestions. Then focus on just the basic calendar of here are the next couple, here are the next walks, with focus on with more detail about the upcoming 2. And then that would go in flyer form, which we could bring to the farmers market to present, there. We could also post it on, in bulletin boards that are trafficked.
People who like to walk.
Yeah, people who
Lake
like
Mohegan
to
is the
walk.
only one I know off the top of my head because I'm there all the, you can even send, I can print that one out and put it there because I'm there all the time.
Okay.
I'm sure must be others. I'm wondering what other, Mary would know this. I feel where else are there bulletin boards similar to what you see at the entrance to Lake Mohegan? I'm wondering if we can put walk adverts and is there anything else like that? Are there any other parks that have a bulletin board where it would be natural to put a flyer for more walks?
Perry's Mill has one. Are you going to go through Perry's Mill area?
I think, again, it doesn't even have to, we can post them in places even if the upcoming walk doesn't entirely relate, because the point is.
Because people like nature and walking.
Yeah, we wanna get people who are in one area to potentially be open to trying out a different, open space within Fairfield.
I would suggest you ask Lisa Claire if she can help you with getting something out to the local press, the
Yeah, for
patch.
sure. Yes, good idea.
And so if you just drop off the stuff, it's usually our students that are manning the table at the farmer's
Okay.
market. So
All right.
big credit for manning the farmer's market table.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll let them know that they'll.
So Hannah, let's try to connect,
I don't know where that is.
with Yumi and Mike.
I'll
Yeah,
send a text to you guys now if there's a time that works for you, Alex, tomorrow.
are you talking about tomorrow?
Yeah, or even
Full
after. I don't know.
disclosure, I'm in birthday week mode.
Happy
so
birthday.
Thank you.
birthday?
I'm 50 today.
Oh,
Whoever
today.
guessed it.
What?
Today.
Happy birthday.
You know what?
Happy
Public
birthday.
servant, and I'm here. Thank you. Yeah, so it's a week-long celebration. There's not a lot that's gonna get done between now
That's so
and Sunday.
nice.
but
So maybe I could just talk to Mike,
talk
Alex.
to Mike. Yeah.
I'll just call Mike.
All
Later.
right, perfect.
Not an even number though.
All right. So that's the walks. Let's make sure that this one goes off
Yeah.
end of July. You'll see that too. Well, yes. So let's make sure that goes out. And then the only other thing is the event, like a library, another public awareness event. Oh, two other things. So I'm going to get all the material, the deck from the last library event, so that we can post it on our website as well and start, because that was something that was asked about by Mary, and I see your hand, Joe. We'll get to you in a second. And so we'll get that stuff posted, and then I'm going to try and see what's up with Francisco and see if he can just help with the arrangement of the next library event and lock down a date that works for.
So impressed. You guys are like making it happen. Good.
Well, it's slow. Joe.
Yeah, hey, great to speak with you again.
Yeah, good seeing you.
And I just wanted to add, first, just all, sorts of positive news in certain ways. I didn't even know, again, when I was back in town and the Lake Mohegan walk was maybe a thing, maybe not a thing. Even a few of my friends and things were actually somewhat interested. They were like, oh, is it happening? We might consider stopping by. But so there, I can tell you, there is community interest, and I've brought it up with people. I've just myself have been running through the various open spaces. Like last time I was down in the salt marshes, and I ran into a guy who was really enthusiastic. But then I also, for the other thing, the salt marsh conservation 10K, like that idea to possibly raise money for the Greenway by having a road race through some of its future route. I actually did the route with two of my friends when I was back home over the 4th of July time, and they both thought it was a really, really beautiful route. And so they were quite impressed. And then I was just wondering if there's anything I could do to either help with the walk scheduling, with the road race, or the library planning. Just let me know, and I'd be happy to help. And thank you guys, as always, for helping make this happen as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think what would be great is the promoting of the walk. So like once we have the calendar, set, I think it would be great if you could help to promote and, like as you were saying, bring friends and other interested parties of all, because like we want all, we want to bring in all ages and all walks of life. So I think that's what came to mind for me. Hannah, did you have any additional thoughts on that?
No, the only other piece I would add was that Sarah, I don't know if she got back to us, but she was going to share with us the name of a contact she had that would help us put on a race. And then Joe and I was going to look at that and contact the person. So I'll follow up.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to follow up with the town clerk on using AI for notes, Sarah on the race, and Mike Allen directly on the flyer. Just to
Okay, great.
Oh, since you summarized that, one more question for you, Hannah, that I almost forgot about. I know at some point I shared that spreadsheet we were using for what people are working on. Are you thinking of bringing?
Yes, I did it for one meeting and not the next, but I do think it's a good. I'll put that in. I'll put my action items in there and try to revive.
Okay, maybe we can all try to. Maybe
Yeah, we should.
Maybe send it around again. Put your items.
I will. Thanks, Anya. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what happened last time. I put it together. We used it for 2 meetings, and then
If we force the muscle, we'll build it. But I'll take mine.
I would like that as well. It would be really useful.
I think it would be really great. Yeah, if Hannah, you can own them.
Okay, so I'll send that around. That's for.
Yeah.
And if when you get these flyers together, I will admit I am horrible at Canva. So,
We've got I've got a process that I've shared it with Hannah.
anything that you want posted, like if it's if you can just make it easier for me, because.
What do you mean? You're like a PDF. Or are you editing?
Well,
Just making a poster in general?
yeah, because
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I can't seem to figure out Canva.
So are you asking, because is this for social media that you're
Yeah,
asking?
so like when you have these, the flyer
Right,
ready for
so-
the walk, if you can give it to me
Yeah,
in
in a way that you can post it.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. I
I
got it.
think she wants a social media tile of your flyer.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let me write that down. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, because like I've tried
Thank
to
you
do
for
it and
Putting a fine
I just,
plan
like,
on the ask here.
Well, you could have a couple, because they could have a couple, posters could be hard to read on social media, so you can have a couple you post with one that people could just go through a little slideshow, like one tile per walk or something. Just separate, like take a
Yeah.
poster and divide it into two if it's
Yeah,
not.
however you want me to promote it,
Yeah.
I will do it. I just can't create the content,
All right.
which is embarrassing.
Okay, no, not embarrassing.
I'm a dinosaur, what can I say?
Did we cover everything?
Yes.
We're about to close. Anything else? Going once, going twice? Okay, motion to end this meeting.
Second.
Or motion to end the meeting. Second, yes.
Yeah.
Great. Motion adjourned, or, sorry, meeting adjourned.